Welcome to the Deakin University Senior Women's Match of the Round. It is Templestowe taking on Upper Ferntree Gully 1v2 in Division 5, a massive clash ahead. And we've got both coaches to join us in just a moment. Brad Tucker about to put on the headset from Upper Ferntree Gully. Been a fantastic season so far. And we do have him here with us. Brad, great to have you on board. It's a big game, 1v2, and looking forward to seeing how the girls go in action today.
Yeah, no, it should be a good game. The girls are really fired up for it and are really excited for today. And again, we got match of the round again this time. Had the same thing last year, and I think it was we're kicking it last year. So all three games, it was only within a kick last year that we played. So should be a good contest. I think both sides have improved this year, and should be good.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a good point. We were here last year for this game, and it was a close one that went down to the wire, and both clubs have improved. You guys have certainly been able to add to your list this year, and a lot of players coming to the club. And how has that been in the pre-season, the build-up getting into the season? Because it looks like everything is going really, really well this year, building on from a final series appearance last season.
Yeah, no, look, the girls have all, we've had a core group that have been there the whole time. They've improved out of sight. It takes a couple of years to gel and get together. They've all gone pretty hard. We've brought some good talent in as well. We are getting a bit of a reputation, and we got two new girls today. So people want to. It's a destination club now. So looking forward to it, and they're all working their ass off and going really well. So yeah.
And one of the things that's impressed me from the opening 6 rounds of the season, your goal scorers, and you've been able to put on quite a bit on the scoreboard in recent weeks, but it's well spread out. I think you've got 4 players in the top 6 of the leading goal kickers. How impressive has that been for you as a coach to be able to have that, and then knowing, coming into later in the season as well, you're not relying on one option. You've got 4 or 5 that are capable of kicking 4 or 5 goals per game.
No, we've been working hard to have everybody to have a rotating forward line, so there's not one that can be targeted. If they get targeted, we move them on and move them out and get somebody in there, and it's pretty good. So a couple of my goal kickers are out today, unfortunately, but look, we've still got some good girls that'll go in, hopefully get us a good winning score today. So yeah.
You were talking about a couple of those outs that are missing today. Who are you looking to, or for anyone out there that's watching this morning, players to keep an eye on?
Today, look, we've got Elise and Cookie have come into the side. Caitlin Roloff, again, she's a superstar. So she's been around the club for a long time, and this is the first time that the first year she's actually come and played with the senior women. So she's been dominating out of the midfield. So if you keep your eye on her, she's great. Siobhan Andrews, Chev, I don't know what she's got her name down as, Siobhan, if you're reading it. So, again, another one. She's brutal at it, and she's great fun to watch. So.
Yeah, and of course, with going into this game now, we saw the back end of, we were at North Ringwood in round 1, and it's actually your only loss of the season. Since then, you've been superb. What's been the key thing that's really helped the side going forward that you've improved on, and that's obviously now led to 5 wins in a row? Yeah,
look, as I say, it was probably one of those flat games. The first game of the season where we lost that one. We don't think we probably should have lost it, but look, they were a really good side. So, they got there. They got the chockies on the day. And I think it was a good wake-up call for the girls. And then they really, from there on, have really focused and made it happen from there. And look, they've got a belief now, which is nice. And, coming from where we've been for the last 3 years, coming from a lot of 100-point losses to now, it's nice for them to have a belief in what they do. And, again, all the clubs getting around us, and you really feel everybody's lifting for the goal of winning games now. So as we still go out and have fun, but it was just having fun the last couple of years. But now the girls want to win, and that's what's important, and that's a really good drive for us. So yeah.
Absolutely. Brad, it's been fantastic to have you on board. Been really impressive. Kate's got a question. Yes, Kate?
Brad, so what's the fine for being late today? Really late?
Who's late? Who's really late?
You were.
Oh, was I? No, I think I was. I don't know. They'll probably punish me later, so make them buy them a beer later or something like that. So, They were going to pay me $50 if I bagged them out on this today, but I thought I'd better not. So, yeah. So.
No, very good. Brad, really appreciate your time this morning. All the best. The side's been in really impressive form, continually building on each year. We're looking forward to seeing how the girls go today.
No worries. Thank you very much.
Thanks there, Brad Tucker, the senior coach of the Upper Ferntree Gully side. And they are on a roll at the moment. They're 5 wins in a row, and they're playing a side who are in just as good as form. They've won 6 in a row, and that's the Templestowe Football Club. And we've got Travis Wason, the senior coach of the Templestowe side. Trav, great to have you on board. Another big game, 1v2, and looking forward to getting stuck into it. I'm sure the girls are looking forward to yet another challenge in Upper Gully.
Absolutely, yeah, it's great fun. It's sort of however the draw works out, but that we, played off in a final last year and had some really good games against each other, and then this year to be 6-0 and 5-1 or whatever, that's right, I think, playing each other now at the turn's really good. But all the other teams are starting to come good as well. So, it's a great comp this year. It's really good. Yeah,
it certainly is. And the side itself, I think, when you look at what the side was able to achieve last year, and it was, just getting the women's team back, that was the most important thing. But you ended up making a preliminary final and had some really good results. And coming into this year, it looks like the side has just been able to continue on from that and improve. But how's the lineup been like? Have you been able to recruit numbers across the off-season? And who's probably impressed, coming into the side this year, or from, has just taken another step forward?
Yeah, so a lot of it was, they just loved it last year and, went from 0 to almost 100, if that makes sense. But it was just fantastic where they went to. They were so keen on getting back and getting through pre-season. So, and it just built by the time it got through the end of the season. So pre-season became really enjoyable. I remember doing pre-seasons, especially if you can see that hill up there. It's
not fun.
I sent them around the Tempe town a couple of times as well. They weren't
the Killer Hills, I call it.
The Killer Hills, yeah. And but they enjoyed pre-season. They showed up, most of the time. In terms of the recruits, a lot of them came from our youth girls last year, so they were younger. They didn't do as much pre-season because they were on schoolies and, driving cars around and doing fun things like that. But when they all got back in Feb and whatever, those girls came and joined in and really enjoyed it. So we've done it, we've managed to get fit, which is making a huge difference. And I did notice that last year we'll sort of get outrun a little bit. So they chose to do it and got fit. And the girls that have been playing well did the majority of the pre-season. So, so we're just reaping the rewards of hard work, I guess. That's what I'd say. And then I was able to teach them a few extra tricks, whereas last year it was a little bit harder to teach them a few tricks. So the skills hopefully have improved a lot as well. And, they've always had a really strong defensive effort and whatever. So, it's been fun. It's really enjoyable. But even playing 7 games in a row now, we didn't do that last year. We had a bye and whatever. So to play 7 in a row is a pretty tough effort as well.
Last week, you had a great win against Montana South by 9. What pleased you most from that game and things you want to build on coming into today's game?
Yeah. So Montana South played really well. They played a pretty defensive game, and we sort of just worked it really well. It was probably not our best performance, I didn't think. With all credit to Montana South, they probably made it difficult, created a lot of pressure. We dropped a lot of marks, missed some goals we probably should have kicked, but they stayed in the game, and late in the third quarter they kicked a goal and really put them in they were a sniff, it was properly on at 3/4 time. But again, they're an improving team as well, and I know they had a few girls go up into their higher team, which happens, but it's just been, week after week. We're still improving as well. That's the idea, to be able to do it, but
the division yourself, as you mentioned, I think you go back to last year, I think there was maybe the 5 sides.
Yeah.
There's more sides in this year, a lot of development squads, but how have you sort of seen that? As you said, a lot of these other sides who are starting to build into the season are starting to improve every week and giving you some challenges.
Yeah.
How have you found it this year?
Well, it's been great. Obviously, the newer teams, Kilsyth and Nunawading, that have got a team back, they've probably copped a couple of hidings, but not out of any disrespect. It's just, the other teams are a fair way better. But the North Ringwood played really well the first game. I've got a few mates across there from my vet's days playing at North Ringwood, a few of their daughters, and they're an improving side. The Montana South were great. Heathmont have copped a little bit because some of their best players last year are now playing in their higher team. So it's probably, if Upper and us are the two best teams at the moment, we're first and second, I guess. So it probably is because we've built the last couple of years as a first team. So, and we've been, Brad's been there, I've been here, and it's probably helped us whereas the other ones are developing a bit. But the competition's really good.
And of course, I think both sides, both you and Upper Ferntree Gully, on your day and when you got the game on your turns, can put on a big score obviously on the scoreboard, and that's happened at times this season. When two sides seem to have that ability go head to head, it sometimes goes the other way and it's a very defensive game. Is that what we're going to expect today? Will it become a shootout at all, or will this be a game where you'll try and just lock it down defensively and try and...
We'll be playing our own way today. So I've said that to him, and I said, there's a big challenge, but don't get overawed by it. Rise to the challenge and see what happens. It doesn't have to be 2-3. If it is, I hope we've kicked the 3. But it doesn't have to. If it is, if that's what it becomes, we'll work through it. But I'm like, go and take the game on. Go and let's get the game going. Try to kick 3 or 4 goals early on. Don't kick 3 or 4 goals early on, and see if we can get control of the game, because that's part of the challenge as well. You don't have to play to that level. Let's try to take it on, and it may well be they're not going to give up easily, I know, and they're probably trying to do the same thing. But we're just going to play our way and keep trying to do what we've been working on, and hopefully it'll get us up that end of the ground. That'll work well. That's the plan.
Absolutely. And we're very much looking forward to seeing out Templestowe. We've been looking forward to this game for a few weeks now. All the best today. Glad that we're actually on this oval, the main oval. There was some
strings.
For a while we thought we might be moving on to the back oval, but great to be out here today, and all the best, and hopefully for your sake, 7 in a row.
Thanks, Ryan. Thanks, mate.
Thanks, Trav.
And thank you.
Good luck.
And thank you. Nice to meet you, Ali. I've
Nice to
listened
meet
to
you.
a couple of your calls. Very good. I like it.
Oh, thank you.
Have a good call.
There you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Trav. The senior coach there of the Templestowe Football Club, and they are in spectacular form. Both sides are, Ellie, to have this game with, we were here last year and it was a very, very tight encounter, but it was different circumstances. This time, these two sides enter as the 1 and 2 seed on the ladder at the moment. So I think we're set up for a big game.
I'm really excited, and I think when I said this last week at Montrose, when it's a 1v2 game, you can expect either a shootout or a defensive game. But I think for these two teams being in great form, I think it's, they've kick-started their season really well as we get a puppy right into the commentary area. Sorry, I got a bit of puppy love there. But I think this is where, as we enter a third into the season, this is where you want to play your best footy.
Yeah, absolutely. And I actually saw Upper Ferntree Gully, I think 2 years ago now, and it was a game that they played against Baronia, and they didn't score, and Baronia weren't going too well themselves, and I think it was 90, 100 points, as Brad was sort of mentioning. Then they come into next year, they sort of find their division. They find the right sides that they're playing against. They're very competitive, play in a final series. We're very good in the final, almost got across the line. They were very close to Templestowe. And then this year, they've taken step forwards. They've been able to recruit players, and now they are looking at, potential final series this year where, there's no reason why they couldn't go all the way.
Oh, I think it's, and it's so remarkable, seeing these girls, even for Ferntree Gully and Templestowe, I think, you have those struggles, and it's how you work through it, I think, is important. And I guess the way that you can support your players is the main thing. So, I think for these two clubs, they should be given a lot of credit.
Yeah, 100%. As we really get stuck into this one in just a moment, but looking forward to seeing how the two sides go this afternoon. We've also got Kate Green on the boundary today. Kate, how much are you looking forward to this one? Obviously 1v2 and a real good look at this division. We haven't seen this division just yet, and I think these two at the moment, alongside probably Heathmont when they're at full strength, are probably the benchmark of Division 5.
Yeah, absolutely correct on that. And good morning to both of you. With those top three, I think it's going to be very hard for the lower teams to get over the top of them. I'm just really impressed with how far Templestowe's come, considering that they were a new team last year, and to be where they are and playing a prelim last year, and now we're where they're sitting, that's an impressive credit to the team and to the coaching staff and support from Templestowe Football Club. So I'm just really looking forward to having a good look at these two. And we know Upper Gully is always strong and competitive, and it's just really nice to see these two teams this year. So we have a good feel for what's happening in Div 5.
Yeah, 100%. I've been impressed with both teams, and as I said, Upper Ferntree Gully, from where they've come after the couple of years, Templestowe themselves, as Kate mentioned, coming into the competition last year, Ellie, and that was the goal last year. The results didn't matter whether they're going to play finals or not. No, that was irrelevant at the end of the day. It was just getting the senior women's side back up and running and out there, the girls enjoying their football. Whatever came with it, results, that's a bonus. And it was just about getting that side up and running. And they did that, and they did it very well. Now they enter this year. It is still, it's not the end of the world if they don't win it this year. But they are certainly in a position where, that they could be going into a final series as, the favourite now, which is, would be super impressive for a side that's, 2 years into it.
Oh, it's so remarkable. And, you always want to build those fundamentals in the first year and then, obviously build on that in the second year. And I think, give credit to Templestowe. I've been loving what they've been doing this year.
Just to let you know, the coin toss was just done with Upper Gully winning it, and they've elected to go towards the scoreboard end away from Foot Street.
Thanks, Kate. So the left side of your screen, if you're watching at home on EFNL YouTube, thanks for joining us today. Obviously a big game to get stuck into in just a moment as the two sides are about to get ready to go, of course, as we really start to look ahead to this clash. In terms of tips and looking ahead at this one, Ellie, what's your thoughts going into this? Obviously, both sides in really, really good form. And you can say that obviously when your side's 7-0 and another is 6-1. What do you think about this one? Who do you lean towards?
Oh, it's a really tough one because both teams are so well drilled, and I've never seen both of these two teams play before. And I think what excites me is that, I guess the brand of footy they're playing right now. I think for me, the first 5 to 10 minutes is going to be super important. Who can set the tempo up?
Yep.
Who can get it in their own terms? I'm going to go Templestowe by 5 points, but we'll see how we go. I reckon it's going to be close.
Yeah, I agree. I'm tipping Templestowe as well. I don't think there'll be much in it. I've got them winning by just a couple of kicks, but I think you're right. I think this game will come down to the wire. I think Upper Ferntree Gully have certainly taken a lot of steps forward. They do have a couple of outs, but they bring in some players, and it'll be interesting to see how both Dowler and Cook go from Fair Park. There is a connection there with Terry Lewis, I think, from the Upper Ferntree Gully side. Former senior coach down at Fair Park, so he's probably been able to assist in getting some of these players across, and their list has improved drastically since when they first started. So I think this will be very fascinating. In a moment we'll hear from Kate on her tip for this game. Of course, we've got plenty of games around the grounds today, so we'll keep you updated when we can on what's happening across the divisions. There's some
few early
starts, 8:30 starts, I'm sure. So when those scores start to roll in, we'll certainly keep you updated as we're just a couple of minutes away from the first bounce. It's our first look at Division 5 for a match of the round. We've got a update out at Surrey Park Reserve in the morning. It was Baldwin big winners 95-0 over Surrey Park. So Baldwin's, they're 7-0 in Division 1. They've had a fantastic start to the year and seem to continue to get better, and that looks like the only score that's live on the EFNL Play HQ app or the EFNL app. I don't know if you've downloaded that, Ellie.
Not yet, but I need to get onto it.
You've got Premier Data stats, you've got everything on there, so make sure to check that one out if you're listening at home. Download that. You can find that on the Apple Store or whatever the Android one is. I'm not an Android user, so Google Play, is it? Google Play Store, there you go. So make sure to download that. Kate, on the boundary, your tip for today's game between the Dockers and the Kings?
I think I went Templestowe in the record, didn't I?
Good
check
question. Well, are you sticking with it?
I'm going to stick with it because I feel a little bit sheepish. The young lady who's their sports trainer went to school with Megan, and I partly recognised her, but not fully because I was so focused on doing what I do before you guys get here to make you guys look good. I just had to pop over and apologise for not having that immediate connection. But I think it's going to be a tight one, Ryan. I really, really do, because these teams are really well matched.
Yeah, and we're all set to go in just a moment. Out here at Templestowe Reserve, it is 1v2 for the Deakin University match around. And the first ball up of the morning. Tap down one by Upper Ferntree Gully. Roloff, clearing kick towards centre half forward. Picked up nicely by Taylor. Chloe Taylor can find a target. It's Carly Wisner. And that is quick transition inside their forward 50. And Wisner can now line up for her first of the day. Currently third in the Division 5 goal kickers this season. So we mentioned they do have so many targets up forward that have the ability to kick 4 or 5 per game. And this would be the perfect start for the visitors if this goes through. And she makes no mistake. Upper Gully on the board first, 1 straight 6. Carly Wisner with the first of the morning. Templestowe yet to score, and we're just a minute into this game. Perfect start for Upper Gully.
Yeah, great start. And how about the transition down into the forward 50? That was beautiful transition of the ball.
100% hit up 2 targets, and you can't ask much more when you're on the road and you're playing the top side. Start with the first goal.
And that's what you got to do. You got to start off, when you're away from home and, as we said, top of the table clash, but you need all that momentum you can get. So Upper Ferntree Gully socks that one on the ground here. Loose ball, pick that one up there by Templestowe. Here in our camera side there. Oh, commentary area, and we'll get a toss up here. So both rucks going at it. With McIntosh there for Upper. And Ferntree Gully just having the numbers around there. Great tackle there by Dumas there. Bit of a congested. Templestowe continuing to apply that pressure. We'll get another ball up. Umpires like, give it to me, I'll toss that up here. Loving the pressure from both teams here. So I believe that was Caruso getting that ball. Not 15 play on there. We'll get a secondary ball up here. And I'm loving the grind here from both teams.
Yep.
They're just applying that pressure.
We just have number 39, Simmons, that needs attention from the trainer.
We'll keep an eye on that. Oh, she looks definitely hurt there. So hopefully, fingers crossed, Taryn Simmons is okay. Definitely not what we want to see in this early part of the game. She does look like she's clutching I don't know if it's a wrist or an elbow, but yeah.
Her elbow.
Yeah.
Ellie.
Fingers crossed it's nothing serious.
We'll keep you updated on that as the game goes by.
Thanks there, Kate. So we're back in action here. So both rucks going back on it. McIntosh winning that one. Miller getting the kick on the boot there. Not 15 play on continues here. Templestowe with the numbers. Handball there. With Rolf Woolhouse getting that ball there to James. And she'll settle it down here. Boot off there. Lim intercepts that ball there. Lim runs into forward 50 here. No one there. Dumas will try and get the run on it, but Hamilton doing a great job, and that will be a rush behind there. And the first score there for Templestowe.
Yeah, so 1 behind to 1 straight 6 in the first 4 minutes of this game. And I think that's one player we'll keep an eye on a lot today, Lim. Got plenty of speed on her as this kick turned over. Dumas got the handball back to Lim. Lim got the ball on the boot. Still inside there, attacking half the ground. Caruso here for Upper Ferntree Gully. Kicks this one out of their back half, chasing this first. That was Wason. And she's won herself a free kick as Logan as she puts it towards half forward. Picked up nicely. That was Cooper. Top of the square. Dumas got off to Lim. Off the right boot towards goal. And right on the last line of defence, the mark was taken by Amber Hamilton in the team of the week this week.
You definitely cannot leave May Lim loose because she will make you pay for it, both with her speed and with her kicking.
Kick forward that time from Templestowe. Cooper was involved. Ball comes back out. The kick was smothered. Linking handball, herried out. Trying to escape their back half. Templestowe have locked this in the last couple of minutes. Using her body well. That time was Sylvie. Back inside 50. Mark dropped. Still doing well there, McCulloch Andrews.
Sure is. Doing a great job so far.
Ball's going to come back again, though, this time through Martin. Templestowe really pushing forward with some repeat inside 50s, but to no avail just yet. And the kick will be taken by Cook, who has come across from Fair Park. She might play an important role today in the back line for Upper Ferntree Gully. Silby. Her kick comes off hands towards centre half forward. Pressa Giacomo.
Oh, great smother.
2 smothers in a row. Just went without at that time. Picked up by Martin. And the pressure's been good here from Upper Ferntree Gully. They've been able to hold Templestowe's attack off and might be able to create something themselves because the ball's out towards us in the middle of the ground. It was an opportunity for Roloff, who keeps it in front of herself, taps it to herself, handballs forward. A lot of docket numbers around this ball. And she might have just given away the free kick, has Roloff. So Templestowe will earn a free kick in the middle of the ground, Ellie.
Yeah, sure. Just a hold on the jumper there, on her player there. That's the reason for the free kick. As great pick-up ball there by Herod.
Just a quick update on number 39 for Templestowe, Simmons. She will be returning to the field just after having a rest and a final assessment by the trainer.
Oh, good to hear. Good to hear Taryn Simmons will be returning out. It's great news to hear. Thanks for the update there, Kate. As ball's back tossed up here. Handball there by Upper Ferntree Gully. Boot off there by Herod. Templestowe with the numbers around. Rolf Woolhouse with the ball. Then she's gone down heavily, but she'll be all right, which is the main thing. So free kick to her there. So long ball inside forward 50 there. Couple numbers around the ball there. Loose ball on the deck there. Herod gets that ball off and get a... So it'll be a last touch and it'll be Templestowe with the ball here. So short there, not 15 there. Handball off there. Here come Templestowe. Trying to run in transition here, but give credit to Upper Ferntree Gully. Their pressure is... They're applying it and they're not making it easy right now. Handball off there by McIntosh. Ball off the ground there. Feels like a little congested at the moment, so both teams trying to get that ball out there. Herod on the ball there. Herod with the kick into the square there. Tried to find Wesner there. Couldn't quite. Templestowe with the numbers around, and they'll try and get it out forward 50 there, and which they do. Miller tried to find Andropoulos there. And McGulla Andrews there, having some impact there, and ball will be tossed up there.
It is a very contested mid-battle there that you mentioned, Ellie.
Yeah, sure is. I feel like both teams, I mean, as we said, it's either going to be a grind or, I'll just get back to my point in the moment, as beautiful mark there taken there by Andropoulos there. And Gonteski tried to take that mark. Loose ball here inside the forward 50 here. Great pressure there. Harinos tried to get that ball, but Upper Ferntree Gully in their pressure, and we'll get a free kick here to Upper Ferntree Gully.
So in the back pocket for Upper Ferntree Gully, we're 9.5 minutes left in this first quarter. They kicked the first goal in the opening minute of this game to lead 1 straight 6-1 behind the Dockers. As they look to clear it out of their back half. Plenty of Templestowe numbers in front of this one. Kindhouse was one of them. She was able to hold this up, but now Upper Ferntree Gully have been able to flock their defence to this ball and just hold things up. We're still looking for Templestowe's first of the day. Tap down once again, won by McIntosh, who's been important in the ruck for Upper Ferntree Gully. And we're going to get another ball up just on the arc here.
McIntosh is a key player for winning the rucks, always has been.
This time she wins it out to McCulloch Andrews. Gets her kick off in time, but it's turned over. Now Holmes just kicks into a bit of space, gives Dumas a bit to work with. Bumped off the ball. Is Upper Ferntree Gully trying to escape their back half once more. It's picked off this time by Martin and wrapped up in the tackle by Cook.
Great tackle impression. Cook could read that. She wasn't going to let Martin get away with that, and give credit there to Cook.
Yeah, rewarded with the free kick as well. She has a short option just over the top. Picked off now by the Dockers in Cooper. Cooper's kick. Upper Gully with all numbers at the back. One of them is Jessica Herod. Her kick affected. Cook again. Goes head first into the tackle. And we'll get a ball up. It's still inside the Dockers forward 50. Probably besides that opening minute, they've probably controlled more of the territory.
I feel like they're getting a lot more numbers around the ball, and it did look a little bit stagnant, but Templestowe are really finding their feet now.
Yeah, you're right. As Chewin looks to clear it out, bouncing out of their back half, picked off again. It's Kindhouse who's got a bit of space towards goal and has put through the Dockers first. Brilliant stuff. They've been peppering the inside 50s, and they finally get their first on the board. 1-1-7 the Dockers, 1 straight 6 Upper Ferntree Gully. And we've got a little over 6 minutes on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. 7 minutes, should I say.
Yeah, great inside presence there for Templestowe. I think for Upper Ferntree Gully, I think they'll be a bit disappointed with that in terms of that communication. But for Templestowe, they're really finding their feet now.
Yeah, 100%.
So
Templestowe has traditionally been a slow start, and then they just start to get to their feet, and then they start moving quite quick.
Yeah, I think definitely it's still early stages in this game, but it did feel a little bit that way earlier as we get a kick off the ball there by what was in there. Loose ball on the deck there. Cook applying that tackling pressure there on Cooper, and I'm loving this little battle between Cooper and Cook, and definitely a battle to keep an eye on. As Templestowe look to get that ball inside their forward 50, they do have numbers around there. Left boot off the ball off the boot there. Is it going to bounce in? It's bouncing, and just a minus score for that one there.
Just with regards to defenders on Demi Dumas, number 24 for Templestowe, whenever it gets towards their forward 50, she has 2 Upper Gully players on her at all times.
And this kick turned over and right on cue, she takes the mark. Maybe a little bit far out to score. She's the leading goal scorer in Division 5. Looks to put it up towards the top of the square. The kick was smothered by Rolf. Kinehouse involved again. It's going to come back and Rolf Woolhouse will take the free kick here for Upper Ferntree Gully. Been very lively in this first quarter.
Sure
Her kick
has.
trying to get this one back out of defence. McCulloch Andrews was fantastic. Corralled it well and now puts it into a bit of space on the wing. This could be an opportunity. Ball just didn't quite bounce and picked up that time by the Dockers in Waters. And now towards Lim, over the top, inside 50. Just into a bit of space here. Putting their defence under pressure once more. Klepp was chasing it. Big tackle. That was a massive hit. And well done there. I think that was Rolf Woolhouse. And hopefully that's not an injury.
Yeah, Sotterson she had the right idea, just a little overzealous on that tackle there.
Just on a side note, while we wait for the trainer to do an assessment, with I've gone blank. Demi Dumas for Templestowe. She kicked a total of 13 goals last year for the season, and with her being current leading the goal, where she has 16. So she's really improved with only a second year playing football.
Yeah, she's had a great influence there.
Good to see that player up on their feet, coming off the ground at the moment.
Hannah Angelopoulos.
Angelopoulos there.
This has given, I guess, a chance here for Templestowe just to set up their defensive half as we wait to get this back underway. We've got just over 3.5 minutes left in this first term. And out of defence, Rolf Woolhouse. Ball eludes everyone, just comes out the back. Kick forward here for Upper Ferntree Gully. Right on centre wing. Tried to sock it off the ground there, Carusio. She does this time. Lim off the ground herself. Got it to a teammate. She might pick it up again. Applies the pressure with the tackle. And right in front of us, we'll get another ball up. Of course, Ellie, we're on the main ground. There's a big thank you to Waverley Blues who have agreed in their under-19s to use the back oval. As we get the broadcast game here. Of course, yes. 2 games to play on Templestowe Reserve at this time slot is back in the middle of the ground. Bursting through Upper Ferntree Gully, the kick towards centre half forward. Now a bit of a chance of Wise. Now if she can pick it up, decides to kick it off the ground, gives her a bit more time, pushes her opponent off the ball. She can pick it up cleanly. They could be on here. She's already got one. High kick. And towards the pocket. Will bounce out of bounds, so it'll be Templestowe's ball, and we've got just over 2 minutes to play. Templestowe 1-2-8, Upper Ferntree Gully 1-6 on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard.
Ryan, it's not my day today. I didn't realise that the runner for the women's team was actually the coach for the men's for Templestowe.
Yes, it is.
He just happened. Paul just said to me, "Oh, it's the only way you can get fit and also check out how the women's team's going." I love that.
Hey, you may as well get his steps up before he coaches, so why not?
No, but I just think that's really fantastic and just is a perfect showcase of the club culture.
Oh, 100%. I mean, if you can help out in any capacity, then may as well. As Grace Mother there by Rolf Woolhouse there, still inside Upper Ferntree Gully's 50, or just inside the arc there is, I believe, Rolf Woolhouse went down. She's okay, which is good to see. So we'll get a ball up here. Tap there by McIntosh there. Templestowe having the numbers around. They do get away there. Here they come inside the midfield here. Templestowe on the run here. Dumas on the run here. Can she lose her player? Just in time there. Play on continues. Grace Smother there. Dumas on the run again with Herald right on her heels there. Holmes just gets that one away. Dumas with the ball. There, Harold gets that one off the ground there and just went out of bounds. We'll get a ball up there.
I'll be. I think Templestowe's ball came off Upper Ferntree Gully, but probably unlucky not rewarded with the holding ball free kick on Dumas. That very good pressure from their defensive half.
Yeah, I was really impressed there with that tackling pressure, and gee, that was Dumas had all that run open there as Hamilton tries to pick it off the ground, loses their footing there. Holmes, oh, we've got a minus score there, so just trying to read that board there.
139 Templestowe, 1 straight 6 upper.
So can feel like right now Templestowe have just got, as we get that quarter time siren there, so slow start from both teams, but Templestowe really finding their groove later stages of the first quarter, Ryan.
Yeah, absolutely. The first goal from Carly Weissner for Upper Ferntree Gully came in the first minute of this game, and then since then, Templestowe got the next one and have probably controlled more of the territory, but we've got a game on our hands here. Division 5 match of the round. It is 1v2. We're going to take a quick break here, and then we're going to jump back in for the second quarter action at Templestowe Reserve.
Middies. I like a midi right now. Love a midi. Get in your groups, guys. In midfield, if you're part of the midfield group. But anyway, that's all good. So, how's it working? Really good. Yeah. So what they're doing is they're just setting up behind. Yeah. So we need to have one that's going to play the post. That's going to be in that position. Right. To just even the numbers up because we all seem to be man up one side, the other man on the other side. Get amongst them. Make it a one-on-one contest in there. I back us to win it with our run. Yeah, they're in the room. Yeah, we'll work out. We just heavy. Let's go! Bring it over. Let's go, guys. Everyone in. Come on.
Kicks aren't penetrating their line yet. Are we seeing that? They're hanging back. The kicks aren't going over the top. Kick it over the fucking head. Let's try not to try and kick somebody out. Alright, almost if we need to kick time a little bit wider. Kick it and let our runners do it. Because our runners are beating them. Yeah, we're out running them. Do you agree? Right. So let's kick it a bit wider. Let's kick it a little bit out of their way. Let the runners run onto it. That's a good quarter. Good contested quarter. Alright, we had them in the first 5 minutes. Then we just let them get on top of us. We perhaps kick those together. Got into the pivot, run around the hole. Alright, the wingers are closer to it there. Alright, they're going to lift. Alright, they're going to move back. We're going to actually do a bit of pressing between those.
Yes, welcome back here to the Deakin University Division 5 match between Templestowe and Upper Ferntree Gully, and we'll head down to Kate on the boundary.
Thanks, Ellie. I'm just here with Travis Watson, who's the coach for Templestowe. Very positive quarter for the girls in that. You spoke at the quarter break about how they've been really hot early. They've, and a few areas that you need to work on. You mentioned about being strong in the contest and second efforts, and also just for holding the mark. Would you like to expand on anything else?
Oh, not really. It was just they're strong in the contest. Obviously, it was hot. Like, it's always been tough contests with Upper Gully. You know you're in for a pretty rough contest. And I just said, just be strong when you're over the footy. Like, cop the tackle, cop the bump, whatever it is. Because we give it out pretty strong as well. We tackle pretty hard as well. We don't take a short step. So I'm just like, be strong, get the ball in your hand. That's how we kick that goal. Chloe got the ball and fed the handball out because she was strong in a contest. Holding our marks just to give us an opportunity. Like, the heat that you think's coming is not normally coming anyway. That's probably what my point was. I hope they listen.
And one final point, just to get down and be more scrappy for the ball when it's on the ground.
Yeah, there's a bit of kicking off the ground, which I just don't like at any time. But if you are going to kick it off the ground, boot it so it goes 30 metres at least. So bend over and pick it up, create a ball up or get a free kick for a high tackle. That's sort of the idea. Bend over and pick it up.
Thanks very much, Travis. All the best for the rest of the game.
Thank you.
Thanks there, Kate, and great interview there with Travis, and let's see if they can continue that momentum, or will Upper Ferntree Gully build that momentum of their own. As ball up in the air here, and a bit more, bit of that Simic gets that one away there. As just got it away there, play on continues there, and we'll get a ball up. It'll be a free kick here for Upper Ferntree Gully, and great start they've made here. Yep. Similar to how they started, as Stevens passes that one off to Harold there. Inside the goal square here, Wesner tried to have that one there, and Templestowe on the run here. Miller tried to pick that one up, couldn't quite. Great run there by Lim, who gets that ball out of there. Klopp tried to mark that one. Play on continues. As Angelopoulos gets that one off there. Ball on the deck here. Miller passes it, handballs that one to, I believe that was Simic there. Here come Templestowe inside their half. Comes into half forward here. And we'll get a ball up here.
Lim was key there for getting the ball out of Templestowe's back six and into the mids. She really is the speed demon.
Yeah, she's had a really great impact so far in this game. As umpire says, playing on here. Upper Ferntree Gully goes short. Great mark there by Rolf Woolhouse there. As she tries to find some options inside the forward 50 here, or just outside the arc there, which she does. Handball off there. No one there, and Templestowe with the numbers around. Great mark there by Silby there. Finds Haranos there. Haranos off the boot there. Tries to find another option there with Simmons there. Kernes getting the ball off there. Hamilton picking the ball off the ground there. And it feels really congested at the moment. Good to see Brew teams going at it. Feels like that back and forth momentum swing at the moment there. So just get rid of the ball off there. Well, this might be... please don't tell me that's a serious injury there, because that looks pretty nasty there. But the umpire will say, give me that ball there.
So
she was just slightly winded there, Ellie.
Oh, that's good to say. I was a bit worried that the way she went down there. So good to see she's all right.
A ball up about 65 metres out from the Upper Ferntree Gully goals. I've done more of the attacking in this second term in the first 4 minutes as they look to get their second on the board. The handball forward from Wilson, just into a bit of space. Gives themselves an opportunity. Off the ground was Wisner. Picked up this time by Martin and wrapped up in the tackle. I'll certainly like to get the second and the first of the second term to really put the game back in their control. Rolf Woolhouse towards goal. Just bounced through for a minor score. So that moves Upper Ferntree Gully to 1-1-7, their first blemish on the scoreboard. Templestowe 1-3-9, 16 or 15 and a half minutes to play in this second term, Ellie.
Yeah, we can see I'm loving the attack here for Upper Ferntree Gully. They've had a great start, and there's no disrespect to Templestowe because they're still applying that pressure, but you just feel like, beautiful mark there by... coming out.
Giacomo.
Giacomo there. Apologies about that to Carl there. As get a free kick here for Templestowe. I couldn't quite say what happened there, but it will be a free kick here to Templestowe.
It was a holding.
Holding the ball. Thank you for that. As Caruso gets that ball off there. Harold tried to pick that one off there, but Silby gets her ball, hands on the footy there, and we'll get a ball up there. Great little duel there by Silby and Ashley Harold there. So umpire will be like, set it up here. Play continues here as McIntosh gets that tap, that one there. Woolhouse gets that ball off the, kicks that ball off there. Great pick up there by Sonoman there. Inside the goal square there as Wisner. Did she get that one off? She couldn't, and it'll be a minus score there for Upper Ferntree Gully.
Yeah, that's right. They moved in the 1-2-8 to Templestowe 1-3-9, doing all the attacking in the opening 6 minutes of this second term. Great to be out here at Templestowe Reserve for 1v2. Thanks for joining us on EFNL YouTube. There's a kick out of defence, finds its target. It was Miller who got the handball off to a teammate running past, trying to get this one back out of their defensive half of the ground. They get a bit of space here right in front of us. Broadcast wing. Who's going to run onto this first? It's Cook who soccers it off the ground for Upper Ferntree Gully. Is able to pick it up this time. Been a good inclusion today. Her kick, it's a high one. Not able to mark that. And we might get a ball up right in front of us.
You're absolutely right about Upper Gully's inclusion of Cook in their team. She's known as a utility, so basically any position.
So the tap down one this time won by Templestowe. Bit of a scrap right in front of us as Ball comes out, but not before the umpire will ball it up.
Get that secondary ball up here.
So, tap this time won by McIntosh. Was in front of Rolf Woolhouse. Chasing this one. Kept it in front of her. Almost. Templestowe gave away the Holden free kick. It didn't quite, though. So now inside 50. Picked up nicely. It's 2-on-1 in favour of the Dockers. And they'll just send a long kick out. Slip through the hands of McIntosh. Rolf Woolhouse once again involved. This time wrapped up by 2 Dockers. And we'll get a ball up about 60 out from the Upper Ferntree Gully goal. Still pushing, still looking for their second of the day.
Yeah, they sure are. They're doing well, as we've mentioned so many times with that territory. I love to see them get that extra numbers around the footy. As up, not 15 there. Jessica Herod getting that ball off there. Great tackle there by Herod on Lim, and we'll get another ball up here inside Upper Ferntree Gully's forward 50 there.
Just roughly, my rough count, McIntosh has won, I think, 95% of the, ball ups.
So inside there, scrap there by Wesner there, and we'll get another ball up here. And great work there by Miller as well to go for that contested ball there. So again, McIntosh wins that tap there. Is that going to stay in? It just stays in there. Great work there by Silby. And here come Upper Ferntree Gully now. Lim gets that one out of there. Across the wing area here. Ball bounces there. Simic tried to keep that one there, and we will get a free kick here. Free kick? We will get a free kick to Templestowe. So good to see the sun's out finally as well.
Yeah.
So Simic, right kick off the boot there. So Soderman tried to keep that one there. Templestowe with plenty of numbers around the footy there. Lim kicks that one off there. Loose ball on the deck here. This is sort of what Travis was talking about, like going for that ball and either you're going to contest for it or try and get that free kick here. As Cooper tries to handball that one. Play on continues here. Predicomo getting that ball off there. And inside Templestowe's forward 50, 2-on-1 here. Upper Ferntree Gully getting that ball out, couldn't quite. Lim, and it'll be a last touch there.
I don't know if the camera picked up the audio of those two people walking past. She said, "What are you filming for?" What do you reckon we're filming for? There's a game on.
Hello, guys. Anyway.
Might be one of the worst comments I've heard.
Hey, gotta love the showcase of girls' footy. Come on, guys.
People need to think before they speak. As this ball comes back out, the
Sorry,
mark
I
is
got a bit
taken
distracted.
by Taylor. Up at Ferntree Gully in the defensive half of the ground.
Oh, great ball up here there.
Tried to look for Cook. Came off hands. Almost picked up that time by Prestigia Como.
Ooh.
The big tackle applied inside forward 50.
They're very evenly matched with their tackling pressure, both these teams. You can actually see why they're 1-2.
So ball up again. This time won by Templestowe. Cook. Prestigia Como, the tackle. Ball comes out. Umpire says play on. Gives it an opportunity to get this one back out. The handball, that was from Martin. Got it off to a teammate. Umpire continuing to let this play on. Socket off the ground by Lim. Wason wrapped up in the tackle. And we'll get another ball up at inside Templestowe's forward 50. It's probably the closest they've been to getting a goal on the board in this quarter. McIntosh just out of the ruck, stole it. But her kick is turned over and Prestigia Como will put this one back in. Can she hit a target? Just came off hands. Ball hits the deck. Once again involved was Simmons. Towards the top of the square, mark in defence by Amber Hamilton, who has been one of the more reliable defenders for Upper Ferntree Gully this season.
She's been influential. I'm really loving her impact around the ball, and she's definitely not making it any easy for those Templestowe forwards as we cross inside half forward here, or inside the midfield across the ground here. Sylvie tried to pick that ball up here. 2-on-1 here, and we'll get a ball up here.
Just quickly, number 11, Rolf Woolhouse for Upper Ferntree Gully has been key in so many plays of getting the ball down into Upper Gully's forward 50.
Yeah, she's been impressive. I'm loving her work rate as Precoma gets that Falcon there off there. She's all good there. As loose ball there, Rosman handballs to Cooper, and here come Templestowe. Can they find a score here? 2-on-2 here. Dumas with the ball there, and what a beautiful finish there by Dumas, and that is the first major there of the second quarter for Templestowe.
Nice catch by the goal umpire.
Yeah, sure was. I was a bit worried he was coming off the line too early. I was like, what are you doing? But Templestowe, they do have their first score of the second quarter. So 2-3-15 to Upper Ferntree Gully 1-2-8.
Yeah, it's a big result for them because Upper Ferntree Gully have probably had more inside 50s, more opportunities in front of goal in this quarter. And just in the last few minutes, that's shifted in favour of the Dockers. And 2-3-15, they now lead Upper Gully 1-2-8 with 6.5 minutes to play in this second quarter in the first half. Clearing kick out of the middle from Herod towards centre half forward, picked off by Miller. Miller's kick is a high one. McCulloch Andrews was underneath this for Upper Ferntree Gully. Her kick cut off by the skipper of the Dockers, who can send this one forward. It's a high kick once again. Underneath this one was Miller. Got hands to it. At ground level, Silby. Her kick into a bit of space. Can the runners get onto this one? It was picked up by Upper Ferntree Gully. That might have been Hamilton and wrapped up in the tackle. We'll get a ball up just on the forward 50 arc for the Dockers. They currently lead this game by 7 points. McIntosh out of the ruck. Got the handball off McCulloch Andrews. Runs into a bit of trouble here. 2 Dockers with the tackle. And it's a holding the ball free kick. So it'll be Summer Kindhouse to send them back into attack. High kick towards the boundary side. Came off hands. Wason got the ball forward. Just over the head of Hamilton. Dumas got her handball off in time. Under a lot of pressure. Another big tackle applied by Klepp.
Bea holding the ball there and holding the ball, and Upper Ferntree Gully will get that ball back. And great defensive pressure there by Upper Ferntree Gully.
100%. So
just quickly, the fact that just Templestowe, they're actually getting more reward for their short effort that they have it in their forward 50 than what Upper Gully is.
Well, here's an opportunity now. They get the handball. Simmons trying to push past Cook. She's able to pick it up. Cook could be in the back or holding free kick, and it's been called. So Simmons potentially in range. A bit of an angle here. We'll look for Dumas, who's leading forward.
If I were her, try and go herself here. Try and give that go here.
It's not bad. It's a kick on its way towards the top of the goal square. Out the back, running into an open goal. Well done. That was Chloe Cooper. And that was brilliant positioning by Cooper. Out the back. The ball just slipped into her hands and she runs into an open goal. And the Dockers just get a little bit of a handy break now on the scoreboard. 3-3-21 to 1-8 as we approach half-time, Ellie.
Yeah, we sure do. And I think for Simmons, that's why I was like, yeah, go for it. The last that's going to happen is you're going to get a touch. And great work there by Chloe Cooper to read that ball and finish that goal off. So we'll get this ball back tossed up here. McIntosh in the ruck there. Kindness on the run here. Off the boot there. Upper Ferntree Gully with the numbers around here. Who's going to get the pick up is Bacomo there. She's on the run here. Will she find a target here? Will she couldn't quite. Great work there by Cook. Taylor with the handball there. And this ball's going to go on the run here. And we'll get a last touch here, Upper Ferntree Gully.
Well, Ellie, it's been like probably a 5-minute patch. We might look back at the end of the game. It might be the difference between the two sides. This is where they've really been able to get on top in this last 5 or 6 minutes.
Oh, for sure. I think you could feel that territory from the start of the second quarter, and it's definitely translated here. So, loose ball here. Who's going to get it? Kindness. Will she finish it? Oh, that was so unlucky. Hits the post there, and with a minus score there for Templestowe.
Yeah,
both this quarter and last quarter very similar. Ferntree Gully starting strong. We're dominating the ball down in their forward 50, only for Templestowe to turn it around and with a quick insert and goal for their end, and they're taking the lead, which is the same for this quarter now.
So 3-4-22 Upper Ferntree, Templestowe to 1-2-8 Upper Ferntree Gully. Ball back out of the fence, and that was a high hit from Rolf Woolhouse. So Templestowe will earn themselves a free kick, and it's Simmons again. So we'll just wait to see as we approach half time. There's 2 minutes left.
Yeah, that was nasty. Hopefully she's all right, Simmons.
So a pretty handy lead at the moment. I would love to get one more. The Dockers to go into the halftime break really, really confident. As Simmons back up on her feet and coming off the ground at the moment, and the ball will be taken by Prestigia Como, who can send this back into attack. There's 1:40 left in this second term.
She'll be undergoing
Prestigia Como been good this quarter, inside 50, came off hands towards the boundary side, picked up that time by the Dockers. Into a bit of space, moving around there, Kindhouse. Mark was dropped into fence. The tackle applied. Big pressure here. What does the umpire say? It's holding the ball. It has been paid. And this is another opportunity here for the Dockers. D'Souza is in range from here and can go back and extend this margin back out to 20 points if he kicks truly. 1 minute left in this second term. They've really started to get on top of this game. The kick smothered into the mark, but
she just moved the mark. She just moved off the mark there.
Which means D'Souza now will walk into an open goal square 10 metres out if they've paid this correctly. So lining up for the Dockers, 4th of the day. They've got it right on the eve of half-time. D'Souza gets her first, and Templestowe break out to a 20-point lead, 4-4-28 to 1-2-8.
Yeah, a bit of a costly mistake there. I think Rolf Woolhouse, she was there, and, you know, things like, it's the little things like that that are going to cost you games there.
Yeah, it's probably maybe just borderline on whether or not she crossed the mark. I'm not too sure, but
I think whether she it looks like she moved off the mark way too early. But, yeah, just those little things. As the halftime siren sounds, and Templestowe kicking 3 goals, 1 in that quarter to Upper Ferntree Gully, 2 behinds, and definitely carrying all the momentum the home side. So Great quarter there.
It was a big finish to that quarter from the Dockers, and a 20-point lead into halftime here. We're going to be back in just a moment for the second half action. It's 1v2 in Division 5. The Dockers 4-4-28 leading Upper Ferntree Gully 1-2-8.
Add a bit of stats into it there. If I can.
They're not too far off. Like they had probably the first 10 minutes of the quarter. They're probably unlucky not to get a goal.
Just feel like at the moment they look stagnant.
Yeah.
Just to keep moving.
I wonder if the audio picked up that.
Oh my god! I wish if I wasn't saying, I'm like, get out of the way. It's a lot. Yeah.
What she says, What?
turn south still for a while. So that was the 8:30 one. Like you'll be pretty chuffed about that. Update. Update on Johnny, the umpire. He's awaiting it. But he thinks he's fine.
Yeah, I know. So just up like that.
It's like, yeah, no. No, not unless you take the visuals back.
I love my numbers.
Joe's actually telling me. It's slated today. So who's Central's playing?
I'll be crossing my life because I'm kind of hard to do my books, but I'm like, I know I need to stay awake. I'm blasting the music. I'm like, then whatever. To the cups.
Welcome back to the Deakin University match of the round. Templestowe taking on Upper Ferntree Gully as the umpires make their way back out into the field here at Templestowe Reserve. It is 4-4-28. The Dockers, Upper Ferntree Gully 1-2-8. And particularly in that quarter, Ellie, the last 10 minutes, it was a much better finish there from the Dockers. They kicked 3 in the space of 6 or 7 minutes and really just started to get on top of the game.
Yeah, definitely. I think right now, excuse me, I think in that early in that second quarter, it was, a bit of a log jam. It was pretty contested, but Templestowe, I love their spacing of the ground. They were able to find those second and third options. And I think for Upper Ferntree Gully, they're not out of it. I think for me, I'd love to see them slow it down, look through their options, and they'll be back in it. They just got to find that momentum as quick as possible.
Yeah, that's right. And when they do have it, they just need to make sure they capitalise, because that first 6 or so minutes, they had all the inside 50s. They missed a couple of shots and just looked like they were really pressing to put some pressure on the scoreboard. So when they do get their opportunities, they've got to take them, because if they don't, Templestowe will go the other way and score themselves. Some scores around the grounds. We'll go with the one that is certainly quite, not a surprise, but quite impressive for the Warrandyte Football Club. They've defeated Wantirna South 51-21, a 5-goal win there. That's their first win over the Devils, of course, this season, the first time they've met, and a really, really good win there puts them on top of the ladder. The Devils' first loss of the season, so we'll certainly keep an eye on the way everything plays out in Division 4. Park Orchard's leading Eastern Devils quite comfortably. Vermont currently trailing North Ringwood in Premier Division, 14-8, as we get set to go for this second half out here at Templestowe Reserve. It's 1v2, and the undefeated Dockers currently lead it as we're back in the middle again. The handball that time from McCulloch Andrews off to Herod towards the centre half forward here for Upper Ferntree Gully, looking for a quick goal into this third term. Underneath that one, got the handball away, did Stevens to McCulloch Andrews. High, up and under, Herod. Picked off this time by the Dockers. And Kynehouse is out, got a bit of space, and use her run Hit up a target in the middle of the ground. They're off and racing once again towards centre half forward. Dumas is around this one. Got Cook to compete with and wrapped up. That's holding the ball. Well done to Cook. Has been outstanding today coming into the side. Moved across from Fair Park and now Cook at centre half back.
I did say to you off there, Ryan, the first 5-10 minutes is going to be super important.
Absolutely.
As that one intercept mark there. But for Upper Ferntree Gully, the first 5, I'm going to say 2 to 5 minutes is going to be super important.
Yeah, particularly don't want to give away a goal in the opening 5 minutes of this third term. Now to centre half back here. Kick was smothered. It was affected there as the handball away from Hamilton. McCulloch Andrews over this one. She gains a bit of territory. Back in towards the middle of the ground. That was a throw from the Dockers, and McIntosh will take the kick.
McIntosh had great body positioning there. So great work to earn the free kick there.
As she kicks it on towards the far side. Came off the foot there of Summer. They move this down the line, through hands. We've got some numbers though. Towards centre half forward once more. Standing underneath that one was Hamilton for Upper Ferntree Gully.
I'll just give you an update from the coaches' messages for both halftime. Templestowe Travis said that he's really happy with how the girls went in that second quarter, and they just need to keep doing it. He was really happy with them being strong over the ball and in the contest, and just keep doing what they're doing. With Brad and the Upper Ferntree Gully girls, he said that they too just need to keep going, keep up the good contest, and just keep to their footy game plan, and that the third quarter is going to be a cracker from both coaches.
Yeah, great messaging from both teams, and as Upper Ferntree Gully try to get the run going there. Bit of a battle there, just gets the ball off there. Upper Ferntree Gully with the numbers around the contest here. 2-on-1 here. And we'll get a ball up here by the umpire. And great little battle there for the footy.
100%.
As the umpire will set it up here, getting both rucks in their positions there. I believe that was Holmes there for Templestowe getting that one there. Play continue? No, the umpire will say bring it back here. Just trying to figure out. Looks like it'll be a free kick here to Templestowe, or be a ball up. Bit of confusion there, but Kindhouse will get the kick there. Pacomo on the run here, trying to play behind here. Here come Templestowe. Will that be gone? Yes, it will. And beautiful tackle there by McGulla Andrews there. And that's anyone that watches bounce, those defensive efforts there. Beautiful work there. I do love the bounce, by the way.
I've heard that from you before. Sock it in towards the middle of the ground. Picked up by Simic. And they link up now through Prestigiacomo. Bouncing inside their forward half. Upper Ferntree Gully with the numbers to clear it out. The skipper and Wason got boot to ball. And we might just get another stoppage, but umpire lets it just play on a little bit to allow that ball to come back out. Now it comes out in favour of Klepp and Upper Ferntree Gully. Her kick came off hands. Now in a dangerous spot on the ground if they do turn it over. The Dockers look like they potentially could have been out there. Doing well just to hold it up. McIntosh got her hands off in time. Crosby with the handball. She finds it again. Handball's back out into space towards us. And the boundary side, socket off the ground. That time by Prestigiacomo. And that means Upper Ferntree Gully will take possession of the footy right in front of the Upper Ferntree Gully coaching box. Bouncing ball worked well for Herod. Picked up nicely. And now, all by herself, Rolf Woolhouse has a player out at the top of the square, bouncing just past her. Running onto this one, Soderman. Oh, well done there in defence by Silby. Was able to hold it up. Rolf Woolhouse has done fantastic just to get to this one. And she finds a way to finish it off with a goal, and the work rate there from Caitlin was unbelievable because she was the one who set it up and ended up with kicking the goal in the end.
Yeah, a bit of that reward for effort there, and beautiful positioning in front of goal, and gets that first major of the third quarter there.
And that's the one they needed. It moves them to 2-2-14 to 4-4-28. So it's back to 14 points, and it just puts them back into a better position going into this next 5 or 6 minutes of the third term.
I did call it. I did say it earlier. They needed that momentum up for Ferntree Gully, and that's the goal they needed there. So we'll get played back in the middle here.
Upper Ferntree Gully's actually come out a bit more invigorated than what they were towards the close of that second quarter. It's good to see.
Yeah, they've definitely got a lot more energy in them as Templestowe try to run it out in the middle here. Garden State tried to mark that one, couldn't quite. Play continues. Can Templestowe find that run? Lim couldn't get that ball out. Oh, she just had the ball, but it'll be a ball up here.
Nice capture by McCulloch Andrews for Upper Gully because Lim would have taken off really quick.
Yeah, it looks like that open space there for Lim. So great. Again, great tackling pressures. Templestowe look to go inside their forward 50. Garden State drops the mark there. Shona Miller gets that ball there, and we'll get another ball up inside Templestowe's 50 here. Holmes and McIntosh going up for the ruck there. Ball socked off the ground there. Play continues there. Right off the right boot there by Simic there. Upper Ferntree Gully getting the numbers around here. And one-on-one contest. Play continues here. Got a 4-on-1 contest there around McIntosh, and we'll get a ball up.
Did well just to neutralise that and hold things up because obviously for Dockers, if it goes back the other way, it's potentially a Templestowe goal. And now the ruck again, McIntosh puts it on the boot towards the middle of the ground. Couldn't quite find her intended target. Pressure's been good from both sides in this third term, and we might get another stoppage in the middle of the ground here. We're almost 11 and a half minutes left in this third quarter. It's 4-4-28 Templestowe, 2-2-14 Upper Ferntree Gully.
Messages from both sides of the coaches' boxes is for the girls not to soccer the ball off the ground, but to try and get in there and get hold of it to get a proper kick onto it.
So another stoppage here in the middle of the ground. Be interesting to see how this rest of the third term plays out. Certainly McIntosh giving Upper Ferntree Gully mids every opportunity out of the middle. That was Herod this time. And once again, it's just held up. And we'll get another ball up. Of course, coming into this game as 1v2. Dockers undefeated in 2026. Upper Ferntree Gully have won 5 on the trot after their first loss in round 1 by a point. So two sides that we expect to see around the mark come finals time. And we'll get another ball up back in the middle.
Just for me, what I've just the observing, like, I love to see both teams take that risk as well. I know it's been contested. We've had quite a few ball ups. I love to see both teams take some risks here in this third quarter.
It is something that was mentioned by Trav in the pre-game that they were certainly willing to take that on, and they did in that second quarter as McCulloch Andrews, who's been very good for Upper Ferntree Gully, got her handball off in time. That was to Dowler. Umpire says play on. Ball comes back out. The kick was affected, came off hands. The Dockers kick forward. Just trying to create some space and open this game up after the last few minutes of congestion. Chewin got boot to ball in time. Lim wrapped up, got her handball out. Ball comes forward now through Holmes. Holmes to centre half forward here for the Dockers. Tap from behind. Miller. Her handball cut off. Involved again was Dowler. Another one of the inclusions from Fair Park. And we're going to get another stoppage, but we're a little bit closer to the Templestowe goals.
Yeah, we sure are. And see if Templestowe can get some numbers around the footy. They do. Handball off there. Believe there was by Holmes there. Templestowe still with the numbers around the footy here. They do have some numbers around. Golden State tried to have her hands on the footy. Couldn't quite. 2-on-2 here. Play continues here. Got some numbers outside here for Upper Ferntree Gully. They just get the ball off there. 1-on-1 there with Crosby around the footy, and we'll get a ball up here in the midfield here. Loving the work rate from both teams. It's starting to pick up here quite a bit here. So ball off there by Ferntree Gully. That was Miguel Andrews off the ground there. Here come Templestowe. They're on the run here in the midfield here. Loose ball. Pick up there by Klepp. Templestowe with a miscommunication there. They do get the ball here off the boot there. Here they come. Golden State. She's on the run here. Goes inside forward 50. Inside the square. 1-on-1 here. Who's going to get it? Cook with the pressure. She's continuing that pressure there. Great tackle there. And the ball, does it go across the face? It does. And we get a minor score here for Templestowe.
Yeah, it's an interesting matchup, those two. Both have had moments during the game. Dumas and Cook there. And again, probably almost unlucky not to be rewarded with the holding the ball free kick. And the Dockers almost made the most of it. But that moves them to 4-5, 29, 2-2-14, Upper Ferntree Gully. 15-point lead. The kick in works it out okay. McCulloch Andrew takes the game on. Gets it off in time. Might just get her own kick. Pushed off the ball as the Dockers now go forward. Just through hands. Underneath this one. Picked up. Tackled by Cook. A high free kick.
Sorry, Giasante there just tried to tap the ball almost like it was a basketball.
And she's going to take the chance here to put the Dockers back out to a 21-point lead. The set shot at 25 metres out from goal. Not too much in an angle from here. So it's an opportunity for her first of the day. The kick on its way. It floats through the middle. Dockers get the response. They move to 5-5, 35. Upper Ferntree Gully 2-2-14. Back out to a 21-point lead.
Yeah, it felt like a bit of that momentum was shifting quite a bit in favour of Templestowe, and they've got that reward of effort then just to steady the ship a little bit. And they've, yeah, as we said, Templestowe got their first major in this third quarter here. Yeah,
100%. It was an important one too for their sake, just to, as you said, swing the momentum back in their favour and probably put them into a pretty dominant position if they can hold this 21-point lead at three-quarter time, but still plenty to play, still another 6 minutes of this quarter. So it's an important one for Upper Ferntree Gully to get a couple back.
Even just to get some, feel like a broken record here, but just to apply that pressure, they've got to find some extra numbers around that footy as Ashley Harold gets that ball out there. 1-on-1 here. Caruso and Picomo both going at it. And here come Templestowe here. Miller loses that footy there. And inside the middle, we'll get a ball up here. So just loving the work rate from both teams in their midfield. They're like just the run that I'm really enjoying here as ball on the ground here, 2-on-1 here, and we'll get a secondary ball up here.
Well, we mentioned, Ellie, before we went on air that it was definitely looking like a battle of their mids because they're both very evenly matched, and then basically that's what it's turned out to be.
I'm just loving, like, especially in this third quarter, they're driving and running, and as great smother there, I'll get back to my point in a minute. Great smother there by James, and we'll get a third ball up here just in front of our broadcast area here in the middle. Handball off there. Pick up there by Rosen there. We'll get a secondary ball up there. But just like the work rate, I think for the mids, like, you know, just to say keep running, keep pushing that ball down into the forward line. As play continues here, and we'll get another ball up here, and can definitely see, you can just feel the work rate go up here for as much as our Upper Ferntree Gully are trying, they're just
hitting a wall of Templestowe players.
Yeah, that's the word I was trying to look for there.
That's okay, Ellie.
As Templestowe just get outside their arc there. Great work there by Upper Ferntree Gully. Ball off here. We'll get a 2-on-1 there. We'll get another ball up here.
So probably when you look at these centre clearances and the stoppage work here, they've been so dominant in the ruck with McIntosh, but they just haven't been able to capitalise through the clearances. Lim now involved for the Dockers. She gets a quick handball out. Haranos forward for Templestowe. Back inside forward 50 here. An opportunity this time. Holmes wrapped up in the tackle. And we'll get a ball up.
Just with your point, Ryan, about McIntosh, it just feels like she's not had that extra help around her. I'd love to see 2 or 3 more players around the contest.
Darting through traffic there. Giasante got her handball off in time. Cook. The handball from Herod. Back into a dangerous spot here for Upper Ferntree Gully. They'll look to clear this one out of their back half. Plenty of Dockers numbers around this football. Haranos involved once more, and it's just held up here. So with 3 minutes left in this third term, it's still a 21-point lead, 5-5-35 to 2-2-14 on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. So
all I'd suggest for the Dockers is just talk a little bit more, because we've seen a situation where we've had 2 Dockers on the one ball.
Here is Miller. Her kick was smothered. She goes again. Now towards the top of the square. It's a 1-on-1 for Upper Ferntree Gully. Trying to break through the tackle there. Simmons going nowhere, so we'll get another ball up.
Yeah, just in front of goals here. Both rucks go out of there. Haranos goes up that one there for Templestowe, and we'll get a secondary ball up there. Great little battle there by Herod and Haranos there. Ball back tapped there. A little bit congested at the moment. Templestowe trying to work it through in their forward 50 here. Not 15. Play on continues here. Upper Ferntree Gully here. Get it out. McIntosh off the boot there. 2-on-1 here. Great pick up there by Waters there. Miller goes up though. Couldn't get her hands on the footy there. Loose ball on here. Templestowe with 2 numbers around the contest there. And beautiful kick there by, can't say, but that's okay. But inside the forward 50 here, tried to guess that one, I won't try to attempt to. Watson in the battle with Ashley Herald. And we'll get a ball up here inside Templestowe's 50 here. As they always say, just keep going. As they always say, just keep swimming. I like to use that line there. As McIntosh. Herod gets that ball out. Crosby around the footy there. Loose ball. With 1-on-1 contest there. Play on continues here. And we'll get that congested. We'll get another ball up here. Just outside the arc.
So 45 seconds left to play. Dockers with a 21-point lead, which I'll be pretty happy to go into 3/4 time with that gap on the scoreboard. If they can get one more, it'll make things very, very tough for Upper Ferntree Gully if they're to come back and win this one. We'll get another ball up. Same spot of the ground. 20 seconds left. You'd think the Dockers be the only one who will be able to score from here. The kick away from Herod, it's not going to matter because it's going to come back, and that might just do us with 10 seconds left on the clock. Currently, the Templestowe side are going to walk into 3/4 time with a 21-point buffer in this top-of-the-table clash. They lead this 5-5-35 to 2-2-14 as the siren sounds for the 3/4 time break. We're going to take a break ourselves, and then we're going to be back for the final quarter action and hear from one of the coaches. Which play were you trying to pronounce?
I think it's that Yeah.
I don't even know if I'm saying it right.
Yeah, it's like the silent
Yeah.
letters in there. It's like, but if in doubt, that's why I'm like, just keep going.
I only know that one because there was a player for Collingwood with the same last name, so that's the only reason why.
I know Angelopoulos, so
Yeah.
well, I can get off the tongue there.
I'm struggling with Rolf Woolhouse.
Yeah, that.
Because it's a mouthful.
I think I did that in the second quarter.
Yeah.
It's been, just feel like it felt like Upper Ferntree Gully had that momentum a little bit, and then again,
Just like that.
yeah. But it's not like a trying. They're trying. They're just,
Yeah.
it's just the backup work.
See how we're starting. Chantel at back.
How
Emma. Claudia. Carl. Cookie.
No, I don't mind.
Zoe and Hole. Who's on number 33? Stick with it. Alright? She always lags out. Okay? She's always lagging out. Talia. Ash. Georgia. You over this side. You over this side. You over. You haven't been here. Alright? I know you've been away. But show them what you can do. Quarter. Okay? In here. Show them. Show me what you can do. Caitlin, how's the leg? You alright? Alright. Georgia, you're running in the gut forward.
Definitely,
Now, forwards, Eliza, Chevy, coming to centre half forward.
Hopefully we'll just get that closest. Like, I think for Upper Ferntree Gully, like again, first 5 minutes going to be important. But if they can't find a way, then that respect back on the board.
They can get the first two.
It's here for us if we want that.
Oh yeah.
If we want it, we'll let you in it.
Yeah.
This one here, I would love to ruck to her. Because she
Let's go put some respect on it.
everywhere where you want it, all the
Roll
time.
out even more. Yeah.
Girls, it's better, ladies. We say at half time, but they've always got, let's go. Yeah? Did we man them up?
What's that, sorry?
This quarter,
No, we're putting stuff into you.
Yeah.
control it. You're winning every tap. I think you've done one tap for the whole game. I don't want to jump off against you. Right? So
Just trying to get my words out. I was like,
understand what I mean by taking it on? Get a mark, run around, take off. Go. Go. Go, go, go. Run 20 minutes. 20 minutes. Then we get a week off. Alright? If you don't run 20 minutes, we can quickly change and we can train on Tuesday where we will run. Yeah? So, it's up to you ladies. Get down and dirty. Right? 20 minutes. And then you're going to score the goal. And then we're going to get around everyone. Okay? Yes? Are we clear on that? We're clear. We're going to 20 minutes. We're not going to wait for them to pick the ball up and tackle. We're going to get in there and stick with the ball. Right? Run, run, run. 20 minutes of hard run. Alright? In you get together. Let's go.
Welcome back to the Deakin University match of the round. Final quarter out here at Templestowe Reserve, and it is the Dockers currently leading 5-5-35 to Upper Ferntree Gully 2-2-14. 21-point lead going into the final break, and we do have Kate Green down at ground level, who is the senior coach of the Upper Ferntree Gully side in Brad Tucker.
Brad, tough third quarter, but you're still in there. Yeah. I was just listening to your huddle. Oh, we better get off the field. In the huddle, it was spoken about just be smarter with the one-on-ones, utilise your tap because you're winning their taps from the rucks, and just to run quicker and look for those loose players that you've got around and really just scrap in for the possession. Would you like to expand on any of those?
No, look, I just think they're playing at the back very well. We're not manning up on them. They're getting loose and and pushing it forward a lot better than we are at the minute. So we're going to play a little bit more one-on-one this quarter and hopefully utilise our ruckman, who's fantastic, and work forward from there.
All the best for the rest of the game and moving forward into the break and beyond.
No worries, thank you.
So here we go, last quarter to play as both sides make their way back into their positions on the field. The Dockers, Ellie, a 21-point lead and probably one goal away from completely icing the game, or really, probably 7 or 8 minutes of just neutralising the game here. They've got a pretty handy lead, and one more would certainly really help to finish it off.
Put the icing on the cake for sure, but I think for Upper Ferntree Gully, they can go two ways here. The first 5 minutes, they can either, I think you were saying a great point off air, but to score the first couple of goals in the early stages of this last quarter and apply that pressure and really put that pride back on the board here.
And just one quick thing, Upper Gully have moved Cook from the back to rover position for this quarter.
So back in the middle, here we go. Final quarter, the Dockers leading by 21 points. McIntosh with the hit out. Here's Lim for the Dockers. Got a bit of space too. Going back with the ball. Almost caught one high. Stolen away by Upper Ferntree Gully and Herod. Can't get rid of it though. Just dropped it. Lim again with the tackle for the second one. As we'll get another ball up a little bit closer to the Upper Ferntree Gully goals. As I said, if they are any chance, probably want one pretty early in this last quarter. It is an uphill battle. They're going to need to kick at least 4 goals if they're to steal victory today.
Yeah, they sure do. And I keep saying they just got to try and find some extra numbers around the footy here.
And this one for the Dockers now moving forward. They try and link up through the handball game. Ball comes back. That was from Miller. Kynehouse. Wrapped up by 2 Upper Ferntree Gully players as they get something going forward now themselves. The kick from Dowler finds a target. It's McCulloch Andrews, potentially in range, still fair way out. Looks to find a target forward. The mark was just dropped by Herod, but did well to spin around and get the ball on the boot. Working forward is Dowler. Herod, McCulloch Andrews. Opportunity here. She puts through the first of the final quarter.
That's the one they needed.
And it brings the margin back to 15 points, 3-2-20 to 5-5-35. And a really, really good finish. And she worked hard because she set it up from outside the forward 50 and then ends up finishing with the goal. So a good finish, and obviously just keeps this game alive. If they can get the centre clearance out of the middle again, get another quick one, it's game on.
Great reward for effort then. I just love the way that she was positioning herself. It's like the second, third and fourth effort. She just kept going. And any youngsters watching out there, that's as a forward, that's what you want to do. Keep going for those efforts. So ball tapped, ball back underway here. Boot off here. Ball goes over everyone here. Oh, picks that one off there. As Malaga Andrews gets that one off there. Herod off the boot there. Great mark there by Silby. Then really loving her impact in this second half here. As Rolf Will Harris gets that boot off there and couldn't find anyone there. Great intercept mark there by Templestowe. Silby drops the mark, that one off. Heavy. That was, it looked high, that contest there. And a free kick will be paid to Upper Ferntree Gully. Just a little overzealous that time there. Handball off that one to Rolf Bull Harris there. Ball off there. Sumner off there. We'll get a minus score there for Upper Ferntree Gully.
So, it's been a good start to this final quarter. 3-3-21 Upper Ferntree Gully. 5-5-35 Templestowe. Sumner will take the kick in here for the Dockers. As we said, another goal would really put some pressure on the Dockers.
Especially in the defensive forward line, because in the back line, because they're under pressure at the moment.
And they've got nothing to lose here up at Ferntree Gully as they try and clear this one out of congestion. The handball from Herod. Rolf Woolhouse involved once again. It's going to be key for a couple of those names to really continue their work rate this last quarter. They've all been, their stars up at Ferntree Gully have all been really, really good. If they can continue that, they're a chance. Out of the middle was Waters. Towards the boundary line. Could be a free kick here.
Yeah. In the back there.
So it'll be Ashley Herod, who
She's
potentially in range. A tough angle from here. She'll look to potentially put it up towards the top of the square. No one's on the goal line. It bounces towards the boundary line. So Templestowe breathe a sigh of relief there because they didn't have anyone there on the goal line to stop that if it had gone through.
Well, I was going to say the amount of switching they've had to do on then just like up at Ferntree Gully had a couple of players there, and you just wondered where the switching was going to go for Templestowe. Rothwell Harris gets the boot off there, goes through. Does it go through? Oh, just goes across the right-hand side, and another minus score for Upper Ferntree Gully. So not out of it. 13-point margin here. Trying to wait for, yes it is. Was waiting for that scoreboard to tick over there. Beautiful positioning there by Rothwell Harris there. Now, does she go short or will she go herself here? Oh, I would have loved to see her take that one, but she'll find an option. No one there. Goes across the left side and another minus score there. So, again, I would have loved her, Rothwell Harris, to take that one there.
Well, having a look now at the scoreboard does make it a even 12 points. So just in a blink of an eye, 3-5-23 to 5-5-35 Temple. So the pressure is on the Dockers here. As they turn it over again, Herod towards goal. Right bounce in. It stays alive. McCulloch Andrews was able to pick it up and kept her in front of herself. She gets past one. Can she get the handball off in time? She does. And that's very unlucky because I thought she certainly got the handball off, but
yeah,
looks like a free kick here going to the Dockers.
Yeah, that was unlucky there. I didn't quite see what happened behind the ball, but whether that infringement happened or something happened, like free kick there, so it did.
It's Miller's kick towards the boundary side, picked up by Rolf Woolhouse, inside 50. Tackle applied. The pressure's been good from Upper Ferntree Gully in this last quarter. Into a bit of space. Herod picked it up, got the handball off in time. McCulloch Andrews darting through traffic, puts the ball on the boot and just misses to the right. But they are pushing hard at the moment, Ellie. 3-6-24 to 5-5-35. Suddenly, this margin, just 9 points.
Yeah, sure.
11 points, sorry.
Bit of the maths there.
Yeah, I'm not great at maths.
Just with Upper Gully's pressure and intensity, it's increased right off the chart from the last three quarters. It's what they've needed all this game, and to see it in this fourth quarter is really worthwhile.
Well, I love the messaging over here in our commentary. It's work for another 20 minutes or the training is going to continue during the break.
Yeah, that was Terry, the assistant coach. He's a very passionate man.
Oh, I loved it. It was awesome to hear in our commentary. There's heavy traffic here. Who's going to get that ball out? And we'll get a ball up here. So you can feel the wind certainly picking up. Just a slight breeze at the moment. Luckily, the rain hasn't had any impact, which is good to see.
Please don't jinx me.
So far. But one-on-one contest here. Ball gets out of there. Loose ball on the ground here as Simmons tried to kick that one off. Couldn't quite. Upper Ferntree Gully doing a great job around the contest here with those extra numbers, like I said, and we'll get a secondary ball up here.
Well, they don't want this game to turn into a stoppage fest, which was part of that third quarter, and that will really slow the scoring down. So they've got to keep this ball moving and clear it out of the congestion.
Oh, for sure. That's what free flow footy is a good game, right? Try to say that 10 times, actually.
Yes. And particularly when you're behind, but you're putting on the pressure. Templestowe are just going to really want to slow this down in the next few minutes, as the tap down was won by the Dockers this time. Overneath this one, ball comes out, maybe potentially good tackle applied.
Just get the ball up there.
The focus from both coaches is get out and scrap for the ball. You want your hands on ball to get it for a good kick to clear it out into some clear space.
Socket off the ground. involved again, Kynehouse.
Ooh.
Wrapped up in the tackle. Was she caught high? She was. So a free kick here to the Dockers. Been good today. And looks like potentially a blood rule. So
Yeah.
she'll come off the ground. That'll actually be a bit of a loss for the Dockers until she can come back out there, because she's been one of their best players on the ground. They've had a few today as the skipper takes possession of the football on the far side of the ground. Just able to slow things down. And the time itself, there's 10.5 minutes left in this final quarter. The Dockers currently lead this game by 11 points, 5-5-35 to 3-6-24. Upper Ferntree Gully got to be good here because they don't want to concede one and undo all their hard work so far. Ball's going to come back again. Sally, this is a good time here for the Dockers just to run some time off the clock itself. There's probably been just a minute in this passage of play here that has come off the scoreboard. So
They don't have to play frenetic footy.
no, they don't. As they go inside 50. Lim uses her speed, puts it in the direction of Dumas. It was picked off there by Hamilton, who kicks this one out of defence for Upper Ferntree Gully. Templestowe with all the numbers around this contest. The tackle applied, that was well done by the Upper Ferntree Gully defence. Pressa Giacomo underneath that one. Was it a throw? It was. So
Yeah.
here we go. Off the centre half back. If they can move this quickly and get something going, it'll be Rolf Woolhouse to take the kick for Upper Ferntree Gully.
Yeah, beautiful passage of play. And again, those risk for reward for efforts certainly taking shape here as Rolf Harris boots that one there. Harold tries to get positioning there. Templestowe with the numbers. Miller just got rid of the footy there. Great smother there. Off the ground here. Templestowe just having some contested numbers around. Wolf Harris gets a smother then. We've got Watson down on the ground. She's hurt. Hopefully she's okay there. Play continues here. Hamilton picking up the footy there. Great job there. And we'll just get a stoppage.
Watson got, unfortunately, her head in the way of Caitlin Rolf Woolhouse's kick. So, and she really hasn't moved from that position.
Yeah.
So less than 9 minutes to play. It's an 11-point lead here, but the ball will come back to the middle of the ground. So
So I got the fly in the way.
no, you're right. It will be an Upper Ferntree Gully ball too, I believe. It was Rolf Woolhouse, who's been outstanding for Upper Ferntree Gully.
Yeah, fingers crossed nothing serious. And you never want to see that sort of situation occur. So, yeah, best wishes out to Logan Watson there.
Just a quick reminder, we just need to start thinking about best on ground.
Oh, yeah. This is...
It's always hard every week, isn't it, Ellie?
It is.
So just going to be held up here as the umpire takes back the ball. We'll wait to see what happens here. Some scores around the grounds, of course. We'll keep you updated, of course, on the EFNL app, what's happening around the grounds out in Premier Division today. Park Orchards, big winners over Eastern Devils, 70-8. North Ringwood 36 to Vermont 13. They're going to walk away with an important win. We've got a couple of later games in Premier Division as well, including a twilight game out at Springfield Park. In Division 1, as we mentioned, Baldwin 95-point winners over Surrey Park. Knox currently leading over Mooroolbark 17-8 in a bit of a low-scoring game out there at the Heights Reserve. In Division 2, Blackburn are going to be big winners over Kilsyth 93-18. Heathmont 65 to Park Orchards 25. And looking at Division 4, we mentioned earlier, Warrandyte's big win over Wanturna South 51-21. Still getting updates out of Fair Park, Bayswater, as well as Norwood, Eastern Devils Black. As we look in the Division 5, and this division here itself between the top two sides, also getting a win today, Heathmont Blue 65 to the Basin 4. Wanturna South leading Kilsyth 18-8, and Nuttawading North Ringwood, no score there, was updated a little bit earlier. Hopefully, in fact, that's a 12:20 p.m. start, so I'm not sure why they've put the game in progress. As we're about to get this back underway, currently here at Templestowe Reserve, it's 11 points in it. We're just over 6 minutes left in this last quarter. Still a winnable chance for Upper Ferntree Gully. They've kicked the only goal in this final quarter as well as a few behinds to really give themselves every chance. And they will need 2 goals in the last 6 minutes to win the game. But with the way they've been playing this last quarter, it's certainly not over. And the ball will be in the hands of the right person. Caitlin Rolfe Woolhouse, who has been fantastic for Upper Ferntree Gully. She takes possession of the ball here in the middle of Templestowe Reserve. She sends a long kick forward. Got a player out. Came from behind. Spoiling that was Miller. Socket off the ground. Rolfe Woolhouse again involved. She's worked her way forward and earns herself a free kick. So that's
another reward for effort there.
Her work rate on show. Kick inside, forward 50. Strong hands in defence. The mark was taken by Waters. An important one for the Dockers as they look to hold on here.
Yeah, I tell you what, beautiful intercept mark there by Waters as Templestowe trying to get it out. I thought that was a high there. It's not. Just looks like the way the body positioning it, I thought it looked a bit high, but that's okay. So we'll get another ball up here with McIntosh winning that ruck there. Ball up in the air. Beautiful mark there by Hamilton. So long ball, high ball up in the air there. Bit of a scrap there with Sumner. And
this is what they want. They're just going to...
Yeah, they do.
The stoppages, the Dockers.
They do. Make it, just try and waste some time off as Waffle House socks that one off the ground there and be a last touch rule there. So, yeah, I think for Templestowe, they can just waste some time off the clock here, slow it down and go through their sets here as Wilson tried to mark that one, couldn't quite. Ball it off the boot there.
There's a bit of there's definitely change in the momentum and tempo since Wasson got injured.
Yeah, definitely. It felt just a little bit of that momentum, just trying to find players to step up here for Templestowe, which Golden Skate try to get that ball, and we'll get another ball up here. And I think for Upper Ferntree Gully, you've got to be brave here.
Just got to take every risk you can get at the moment.
For sure. Like they got to go at it. They got to run here. As Ashley Harold tried to get that one off the ground. Ball bouncing here. Great work there by Kindness there. With Rufus Harris picking that ball off the ground there. Templestowe with the numbers there. Miller. One-on-one contest there. Great work there by Klopp. Great smother there. Second chance efforts, and here we go. Here's some space here for Templestowe. Inside the square here. Will the ball sit? Yes, it will. And Angelopoulos, she'll go by herself and just goes across the left-hand side, and a minor score there for Templestowe.
That could be the difference.
Yeah.
I think it's all over now. 5-6-36 to 3-6-24. They're deep in their defence, and there's only 2.5 minutes left on the clock. So they've got to go coast to coast, and then they've got to do it again just to get a draw from here. I think the Dockers have done enough in this top-of-the-table clash. Out of defence to Upper Ferntree Gully. No one's going to get a hand on this, so Templestowe will take possession of the football, and it'll be Lim, who's been excellent herself again today.
Sure has. I loved her impact, even throughout the second quarter onwards.
And she's hit up a target inside 52, Prestige Como, who can take her time as we tick into the last 2 minutes of this contest. Prestige Como looking to hit up another target, and they do just that. Giasante, who kicked one in the third quarter, can take her 30 seconds if she chooses to really ice this one, even a score here. I mean, it's a chance for her second. And a kick just to the left, and moves Templestowe to 5-7-37 to Upper Gully 3-6-24. And Ellie, this is going to be a big win for Templestowe. They're going to remain undefeated. That's going to be their 7th in a row. They've been challenged today, and they have responded.
Yeah, they didn't have it their own way, especially in that third quarter. But I think give credit to Upper Ferntree Gully. They've been brave. They just haven't been able to find those late scores when it matters. Beautiful mark there by Ashley Herod there. Oh, excuse me. No, it's not.
No, you're right.
Oh, yes, I am. Just thought I read the number wrong there. As get some numbers off the ground. Numbers around the footy here. 2-on-2 contest there with Herod. Jessica Herod tried to get that one out. We'll get another ball up here.
There is a chance for Upper Gully here.
There's 40 seconds left, I think.
Looks like it here. So Upper Ferntree Gully, one more score. Hopefully at least put some respect back on the board here. Templestowe not letting anything easy out of that passage of play. We'll get a secondary ball up here. It's been a great contest either way.
It has, yes. Yeah, certainly.
For sure. It's great smother there. 2-on-1 contest there. As Kainau's at the bottom of the pack there.
We're in 5 seconds of finishing.
So get one more passage of play or a couple more. And that will be it. Templestowe maintaining their unbeaten record, and give credit to Upper Ferntree Gully. They were brave, but Templestowe having the answers there. So Templestowe 5-7, 37 to 3-6, 24. And great game all round, Ryan.
Yeah, absolutely. Two great sides in this division. It was 1v2, and it lived up to the hype. I think we saw signs of both sides. They were both really strong. Templestowe, I think we go back again to that second quarter and that 5-minute patch going into halftime where they kicked the 3 goals and just put themselves out to a pretty handy lead at halftime. Upper Ferntree Gully found it hard to cut into that lead, and of course they kicked 1 goal late in that last quarter and certainly keep it interesting. Had some missed opportunities too, but I think both sides can walk away with some big positives. I think Kate will get one of the players from Templestowe down at ground level.
Who would you like?
Your choice.
I think I'll go after May Lim, because we haven't had a chat with her. I'll try and track her down.
She's been fantastic again, and for the Dockers, 7-0 to start season 2026. They've been phenomenal, and they'll be very, very happy to enter the break next week with an undefeated record so far. They are. I mean, realistically, it's hard. Things can happen, but it's very hard to see them not finishing in the top 2 in the double chance. And once you get a double chance, you're always a big chance to obviously go on and win it all. So we are now joined by May Lim. May, congratulations on another win, 7 in a row for the Dockers, performing very well at the moment.
Thank you so much.
How'd you find the game against another challenger in Upper Ferntree Gully? They certainly were quite impressive themselves, and they challenged you, particularly in that last quarter, but the side held up really well. How did you find it?
Yeah, it was definitely a tough game. I think both sides were pretty rough, but I think we did really well, and we just kept fighting. And I think all of our training, working as a team, practicing, sticking together, it's all definitely paid off, because last season they were a really tough team to beat. So yeah, I think we're all feeling pretty proud of ourselves today.
Hey, May, it's Ali here. Congrats on the win there. I want to talk to you about that second quarter, because it was a bit of a logjam in that first quarter, but both teams finding that momentum. What was the messaging in that second quarter?
From the coach, it was just be brave. If they're getting angry, just keep being brave and just keep trying your best, working as a team, staying together. Yeah, just all of those, trying to stay really strong and not letting, the nitty-gritty get to you, really.
A big congratulations to you, mate. I can see the side about to walk off, so we'll let you go. But congratulations. Your form has been outstanding this season, and the side is 7-0. Enjoy the break next week, and we look forward to seeing the Dockers later in the season.
Thank you so much.
Great work.
Congratulations there, May Lim. Fantastic job again this afternoon. She was outstanding, and so were the Dockers. They walk away with a really, really good win, and we'll see how the second half of the season go for them at the moment. 7-0, everything's looking very, very good. And on the other side for Upper Ferntree Gully, I think they lose no admirers today. They were really, really impressive in the way they fought and gave the Dockers a challenge, particularly in that last quarter. As again, someone just walks past the camera and just gets in shot. People just got no idea. very good to obviously have you here, Ellie.
No
Your final
worries.
thoughts on the game?
Oh, I really enjoyed that game. It was, heavy. That first quarter, super congested, but from the second quarter onwards, we certainly saw that game break open. And tell you what, I won't be surprised if both these two teams are up there when it comes into the second half of the season.
100%. They will play later in the year, and then I would be surprised if they don't meet in a final, potentially a grand final, both in very, very good form. We've got Kate Green. Your final thoughts on the game? A great win for the Dockers, but I think we saw a lot from both sides where, we walk into what will be a final series later where I think both these sides can certainly win the flag.
Well, they're both definitely the benchmark, me being 1 and 2. I feel that any teams that are going to come up against them, like Heathmont Blue and the others, they're really going to have to find an answer for the mids and the wings, because that game was the battle of the mids and forwards. And so if you want to get up against both Templestowe and Upper Gully, you're going to have a strong mids and forwards. But it's a great showcase for Div 5.
100%. When you look at it in Division 5, and some people, without watching the game, might think it's a lower standard. But I thought today with these two sides, I think it proves that we've got some really, really good teams in all divisions, and these two, whoever does. If they do both, make it a grand final, whoever does win, I think they've got the pathways with, and particularly the Dockers with their junior program out in the YJFL. I think they've got a real chance to go forward with it in other divisions.
Well, just a quick word off air with May Lim, and she said that the biggest thing that they've found for them this year for the Dockers is those under 18s coming in through YJFL. I feel that this division's just going to get better and better, and if you think Div 5's not that great, just remember you've got junior girls coming in that have played 50, 60, 70 games. Some of them are up there nearly to playing 100 games. So it's not as though the girls don't have skill that are coming in from the juniors. They have skill.
They are the best players out there, the juniors, that come through. And we're going to wrap things up here. But Kate, big thank you again for your work today. Great game out at Templestowe Reserve. Ellie, great to have you on board again. Great game here. And, of course, Megan Green on the camera. Got to get her off to Montrose. We've got the senior men's game out at 1:15 p.m. Montrose taking on Mitcham. Big thank you to all the listeners today.